Yo! So, in the background, quite a lot has actually been going on. You might notice that the airstrip is different. Actually, I've had to put every building back in. My old UDK got corrupted. Well, some files got corrupted. I couldn't get them to work anymore, so I reinstalled UDK, put all our assets over. We use SVN, so it wasn't too hard. It just took a while to download. The reason I needed to put these buildings in is basically the next thing I need to do is paths, specifically the paths for the harvester. Once I get the harvester paths in, pathing is going to be quite easy after that. I get the harvester paths in because the harvester is the priority for paths, in my opinion. Once the harvester paths are in, I can work around the harvester paths with the infantry paths and tank paths. If you don't know how the AI actually works, to get around the map, that is, not to actually fight, I have no idea about that. They use these things called path nodes. So a path node is basically, it looks like an apple in the editor. So I'm going to add actor, I'll right click, add actor, add path node. This is how Renegade X AI works. There is another way UDK can work. No, AI can make its way around maths, and that's using nav meshes, navigational meshes, which is pylons. We don't use that system just because the AI was implemented before the pylon system was fully functional in UDK, as far as I know. So yeah, what we're going to do is work from the refinery to the Tiberium field. I'm thinking I'm going to put the actual harvest around this area, just so you can shoot from this catwalk. Thank you for autosaving. And same over here for the GDI side. So I got one apple in. I'm going to refer to them as apples or path nodes, probably path nodes. But this here works for any AI, from characters to tanks to harvesters. But the harvester won't intuitively find these. The harvester needs two presets, two preset nodes in the map. If I come to actor classes, come to navigation, we've got these two things, one called ref and one called tib. So ref and tib, they're quite self-explanatory. The ref goes here, and I can't remember which one is which. GDI I think is 1 and nod is 0. I'm going to test this out just by placing that here and that here. If the harvester comes here first, then to here, that means I know this is the nod version. I only have to ever play these once in a map, so I can't remember which team is which. So all I'm going to do is, well, first of all, I'm just slap that there so he's got a path to whatever, and I'm going to make a duplicate of this over here with team of 1. These paths won't work as is, so I need to build paths. It's just the same as building light, it's faster. Yeah, I got a load of errors at the moment because the paths aren't actually they have no way to connect to each other. That's where these little apples come in. If I press P, you can see how the paths work. Lines. The blue and well, there's different colours, right? White, green, blue, and I think there's a yellow as well for other things. Blue can't support vehicles at all. Green can support small vehicles, I do believe, and white can support any vehicle. You can also make certain nodes vehicles only, or taking over vehicles or one way. We'll be dealing with this later. So what we want to do is just pop into game. Let me just see if I'm in a new UDK, so I need to find out how all my settings changed. Turn off all my speakers. Awesome. Ooh. I also need to fix these because apparently these are automatically dead, and so 1 is not. So let's get rid of these. I need to go into Kismet and change the values of these buildings. I shall do that later because that's not what this video is about. So let's slap this to 1. So nod is 1. And so yeah. There is an animation for the refinery. It's based off distance, so this node just needs to be close to the refinery. This, on the other hand, let's just get rid of that. Needs to be in the Tiberian field. No, it doesn't have to be in the Tiberian field. There's no actual demand for it to be in the Tiberian field. It's a bit law breaking if it isn't. Law as in L-O-R-E, not law as in L-A-W. So let's just stick a load of path nodes in. You might notice bad size. If you just bring it up a little bit, it will work. Or you can right click it, go to path options and auto position. It'll auto position it on the land, which is useful. I'm going to position these in the middle of the cave, just because we sometimes get some bad pathing. Yep. So yeah, I'm just making sure that these paths aren't going to collide with any of the structures. They don't have to be super close together. Sometimes they do, but you might notice that this one here is in line with this. I'm going to also use this for the infantry path later. And that should actually do it for this side, so let's go do this side. Some of the buildings are off at the moment because I've literally just put them in. I've been having a lot of problems with the UDK at the moment, and I really don't want to get into it. When I was trying to put the buildings in, I had crashing and all sorts of crap on my arm. So yeah. On this one, we actually have a bit of a problem. The harvester will not automatically find these, So we need to make a path to the harvester, to the factory, war factory. So add an actor, add a path node. That'll do. Also want to put one here so it doesn't come up here then back down there. And also want to put one here. This should automatically path to there. It might not actually, so put another one in here. These should path quite nicely. Again, I want to stick one here. Stick one there. Bring it up a bit. And one about here. Again, I don't want to get too close to the edges. We also need another one of these, so I'm just going to copy that one, bring it up, change it to 0 or 0. Build paths. I'm going to get a load of errors again because there's no paths leading to any of the entrances to the buildings. Press P to get paths, and we have some pathing. I'm actually going to build again because every time you move one of these it needs to be rebuilt, otherwise you get that little error. Yeah, so green is actually okay. Yeah, that will work. Again, I've moved it, so paths need to be rebuilt again. Green's okay. Let's actually move this one over here. Yeah, as I said, some of these buildings are actually not in the right place. I'm trying to keep these quite far apart because there is an exploit with the nuclear weapons and the ion cannons that if you place them in between buildings you can actually take out more than one building. Here it doesn't really matter because it's the same building. There should be enough room in between these. Probably move that one a little bit more. That should give me enough room. I've actually moved this over quite a lot, so the plane shouldn't hit this anymore. I'll test that out again. So what I'm going to do now is actually I need to build lights because it's getting very laggy for me. So I'm going to build lights, build paths, build geometry, even though I don't need to build geometry because it's all built. Then I will be back. It's going to take quite a while as I need to do a production build. I don't need to, but I want to because I want to see some lighting of how all this affects the world, because there's a lot of lights here now. It's going to take a while, so I'll see you then. So I built lighting and paths, everything works fine apart from the lights. I'm not sure if I've got this UDK is all messed up, or the light mass is not working properly, or I'm getting errors because of the heat in my computer. But I'm getting this. I'm getting shadows where the light is actually shining on. I'm getting shadows in the opposite direction of where the light is. I'm confused, to say the least. I'm getting some terrible. Everything looks fine on this side, more or less. There's some really weird shadowing going on. you see this here, this is in direct moonlight, and so is this, and I'm getting some pretty random shadows for some reason. Same here. I have no idea why this is happening. I might have to install another UDK just to find out. I might have to take all my overclocks off my system, if that's the problem. It's just terrible. That inside looks pretty much okay. Well, I say that, and I'm getting this now. It's almost like a light is the wrong colour when it isn't. It's very, very odd. And got not responding. I'm becoming very angry at this because it should not be doing this. It's like there is no light here. See, that's green. That doesn't even go near there. I'll probably fix it in the next video. It's going to take me a while to fix. So it's taken me a while to actually get these buildings in. And like these, it is just crazy why this is happening. It's affecting structures. It's affecting meshes, affecting the ground. These aren't even getting over it. It's just like a random shadow. So I built these on production. I got these errors. I've just been messing around to see if I can figure out what the hell it was, and I built it a couple of times moving the light around on preview. This preview only takes a couple of minutes, and it's still happening. I got a feeling it's the UDK, which is a big problem in my because I literally just installed this UDK last week, and this is happening now, and it's happening with. It's not happening inside these places for some reason. So they're quite nice shadows in here. I still got to change this because it's wrong. But it's like the transition. Well, these aren't too bad. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Let's have a look at light mass in world properties for a second. I've been messing around with these. Global illumination has to be on. Color. Try taking that off. Emissive boost, no. Diffuse boost, normal, no. Use, no. I thought it was ambient occlusion at first, but it isn't. Use image affecting shadows, no. 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 Compress shadow maps. I left that off for now. I'm restore default. Restore default. What's this? Environment color. That's actually like a greyish color. Light color. I'm actually going to put this to like a bluish hue because it is night. It's actually like a purple there. As I said, I'm not entirely sure what is going on here. We'll lights again, see what happens, preview. Don't use light mask for a second. See what happens without the light mask. Shouldn't take too long without light mask. All light mask does is builds up the colour boundaries. So you got like a red wall with a white floor. The red from the wall will get translated to the floor, so you get like a red hue on the floor. Well, only in a set area with the shadows and light actually bounces. It could be that I'm not using enough light bounces to do this, but it's very odd that I'm getting shadows reversed. As I said, I might have to take all the overclocks off my system. I got overclocked CPU, RAM and GPU. I haven't had any problems in the past. It could be down to the heat because it is quite hot today. So, almost done. So if I can't get this fixed, yeah, there is definitely a problem. Let's try adding another light. And build in with light mask. But that could help with the shadow. Yeah, no, I still got this weird shadow here, and let's see where this shadow is actually coming from. And nowhere. This shadow is not coming from anywhere. And why have I lost? I seem to have lost the moon as well. I'll be back in a second. I'll rebuild this with light mask. It will take about 4 or 5 minutes, but for you, it'll be instantaneous. See you then. So after a couple of hours of stressing over what was making which shadows and freaking lighting, I thought GT, that. I thought it was because the buildings were still there from when they got corrupted. But I figured out exactly what it was in the end. You remember I had that mesh, well there's 3 meshes, that meshes actually, that I hidden. I hid them in game, I hid them in editor. These. You might notice that they're in front of the building, casting where the shadows were. There. I'm not exactly sure what was happening here, but here was the red. I put a light over here just to stop half of that. I think it was just bouncing around inside. Same here. Basically all I did was was come down to the lighting, turn all the lighting off, just get rid of all the lighting channels, and that seemed to have fixed it. So the next thing I would like to do is find out if the harvesters work. I kind of gathered the nod one will work, but I need to find out if this GDI one won't go around this corner. It comes out, and give myself some credit so I can get a vehicle. And yeah, you might notice that these buildings are like freaking out. Right now they think they're dead because I've had to re-add everything. And again, I need to sort out a PT level. I'll be doing that soon. Take a while. And yeah, you might notice that these don't get here at the same time. In my book that is a problem because it will give one side an advantage over the other, so I might have to sort that out somehow. I'm not exactly sure how yet. The next thing I want to do is, because I moved this over quite a lot, I want to see if the C180, C1 whatever bloody thing's called, I don't know what it's called now, vehicles, no, no. It's a C130. I know it's a C1. Yeah, C130. We'll see if that clips anything. It shouldn't now. It's been moved over considerably. Oh, it still clips that. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to move that. This one here. Might be able to just squeeze it down just ever so slightly. And I'm not worried if there's holes in the top, like over here, because you're not going to see it. But now I've shown you it, you know about it, and you're going to go, oh, there's holes up there, and be all bitchy about it. But it doesn't matter because you can't see it. I might even thicken that up just to see. Thank you for swearing. It's not like I don't. Yeah. Yep, I got to build lights. So you see how laggy that got after I moved it. But once I move away, it becomes very, very complacent. There's still a bit of lag here, but there's quite a lot going on in here. That's about it for now. I can't tell you how long this has taken me. I started about 4 this afternoon and now it's 10. So yeah. I wish it didn't take me this long to actually fix stuff, but it has. And it just keeps on, this stuff just keeps on happening, and I'm getting pretty sick of it at the moment. Yeah, so I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.